Hey, what's up, everybody? Ralph here. So it seems that Credit Karma finds itself in a bit of hot water with the feds. They've been asked to pay its users $3 million for basically wasting their time, right? Imagine being able to sue somebody because they wasted your time, right? You'd be a pretty rich person, right? But it seems that's what Credit Karma is being required to pay because of wasting people's time, among other things. And it seems like it's finally, some of their acts and their actions have finally caught up to them. So for those of you that don't know what Credit Karma is, it's basically a financial company that basically gives users access to credit scores, reports, and just insight into their credit overall. Something like, I know for a lot of people, they probably just use it as a way to just, record, just to gain access to their credit scores and just to monitor it. If you know that, when it comes to their credit scores, it's not accurate at all. If you were someone that wanted to go apply for like a mortgage or a car loan, you'll find that your lenders are going to use a totally different scoring system like FICO. So when you go into Credit Karma, this credit scores are not accurate. Those scores are not something I would use to gauge if you qualify for a home or not, or any type of loan. But I just use that as a way to just, just to see where I'm at credit-wise, and just to get access and to make sure there's not anything suspicious going on with my credit. So, but when it comes to credit scoring, I wouldn't trust it at all. But the one thing you can be guaranteed to get when you get into their site is basically you're gonna get a lot of credit card offers, right? They'll tell you all these things, hey Ralph, you qualify for all these credit cards, your score gets you access to blah, 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 blah. And it's super annoying. If you've ever been on their site, you get a whole bunch of offers, and that's all they do. And they're just trying to sell you credit cards. So if you apply to them, if you apply to these credit cards, they make some money on the back end. So I think basically what's going on is basically them pre-approving people, and for pre-approving people that aren't actually qualified, they're being required to pay $3 million because they're basically wasting people's time, saying they're pre-approved for a credit card when they actually aren't, and it's basically hurting their credit score. So they're being required to pay the $3 million for a lot of things that they're doing, basically wasting people's time. So based on this, so I'm reading an article on NPR. So what it says is the Federal Trade Commission is ordering Credit Karma to pay its users $3 million after pushing false pre-approved credit cards on consumers and harming their credit scores. Nearly 1/3 of users who apply for credit cards labeled as pre-approved by Credit Karma, credit monitoring company, were subsequently denied following a credit check, according to a complaint filed by the FTC. The marketing efforts wasted consumers' time and had a negative impact on their score. So basically, like as you can see that, if you go on their site and they say, oh, you approved for this credit card, you go in there, you fill it out, you fill out the application, and then you find out you're denied. So like, all right, you say I'm pre-approved, but then I'm getting denied. You're basically wasting people's time, and at the same time, you're hurting people's credit report because that's a credit inquiry on your credit report. And that's usually, it's not a huge ding on your credit score, but it is a ding on your credit score. But nobody wants that, especially if you're telling people they're approved and then they find out that they're not. You're just basically wasting people's time and you're hurting them at the process at the same time. All right. So it says that marketing campaigns designed to trick people into taking specific actions like applying for a credit card an individual is allegedly pre-approved for, also known as dark patterns. According to the news release, the FCC is cracking down on predatory practices that harm consumers and pollute online commerce. The FTC complaint alleges that at least between February 2018 and April 2021, Credit Karma violated the Federal Trade Commission Act by promoting products that consumers were either pre-approved for or had 90% odds of approval for, but ultimately were unqualified. Credit Karma's false claims of pre-approval cost consumers time and subject to them to unnecessary credit checks, Director of Protection said. In response, Credit Karma said in a statement that the company disagrees with the FTC's claim but reached an agreement on the issue so it can get back to helping customers. Man, they're not helping nobody. They're trying to make money, Obviously, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make money, and obviously they came up to an agreement because they know they were caught, and they're just trying to, sweep this problem under the rug. Right? So it says, according to the statement, Credit Karma gets compensated only when users are approved for products like credit cards. So obviously, if you're applying for a credit card and you obviously get approved, that's when they get paid. So if you don't get approved, you get denied, they don't make any money. But at the same time, you're still wasting people's time. All right. So the FTC alleged allegations are focused on Credit Karma's historical use of the term pre-approved for a small subset of the credit card and personal loan offers available on Credit Karma's platform prior to April 2021, and do not challenge the approval odds language Credit Karma has provided to its members since April 2021. The statement said a Credit Karma spokesperson told NPR that company was unable to independently verify the FTC's numbers. What we know today is only less than 1,500 people have ever contacted us stemming from anything related to this, the spokesperson said. According to the complaint, Credit Karma was aware that their practices were misleading. For instance, training materials for customer service representatives list confusion about pre-approval as common issues brought up by customers. So obviously customers complained about this. Credit Karma was aware of this. Of course they were. This is their objective, right? They just got caught, got their hand caught in the cookie jar. So, I mean, they knew what they were doing, and obviously they're getting punished for this. So hopefully they'll change their ways, right? So users have to submit personal information to Users Credit Karma Services, which gives the company access to over 2,500 data points, including credit and income information on the consumer. The company uses this information to target marketing efforts for the individual, including credit card and loan recommendations described as pre-approved. So obviously what they're doing is they're collecting a lot of information, and they're using this information to then market obviously financial products to its customers, and which a lot of people do this. A lot of online businesses do this. All it is about collecting consumers' data, and obviously getting as much information as they can so they can then market financial products to people. So this is nothing new. Credit Karma is not the only company that does this. A lot of other Facebook, all tech companies. So a lot of these companies and businesses do this. So yeah, it's nothing new. So, but one credit card company told the FTC the company does not pre-approve, pre-qualify, or pre-select consumers to whom to offer the company credit card via Credit Karma, according to the complaint. Credit Karma will have to pay the FTC $3 million, which will be sent to consumers harmed by their predatory practices. The company will also have to stop deceiving consumers about credit offer approvals, which will be documented by an order requiring Credit Karma to preserve records of its marketing efforts according to the new release. So hopefully, when you go back on Credit Karma, hopefully there'll be a little change on the language of when it comes to saying if you're pre-approved for credit cards, because obviously, how do they know you're pre-approved when they don't really have enough information on you? I mean, they have your credit score, they have limited information, but they really don't know. So they're just taking obviously a guess based on the limited information that they have, and they're saying, okay, you're pre-approved, but then there's a lot of people obviously that apply to these credit cards and they find that they're not approved. So hopefully they'll change their way and they'll be a little different. But then again, like I said, when I go on it, I don't even look at credit card offers, and neither should you. You should just go as a way to just gauge where you are credit-wise, just to monitor what's going on with your credit, and then skip all the offers, right? Because that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to sell you, credit cards and trying to make money off of that, right? So that's all I got for you guys today. If you got any comments or questions, make sure to leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, share, and please, if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe. All right. So you guys take care and have a good one. Later.